lie. Why you always asking if you think it's you spend the night with me? You steady saying why you lie to me. I ain't gotta lie to you.
Okay, ladies, so as you can see, we're back with another video. I am doing a 24-inch wig install. This is my Kinky Curly hair from Mended Beauty Wigs. So right now what we're going to do is we are going to bleach the knots and, you know, get it plucked, all that good stuff ready for the install. I usually have the ladies drop their frontal units, closure units, whatever, off to me at least 1 to 2 days in advance, just to give me time to prep and prepare. So I just take the Got2b and I spray a little bit along the hairline, and then I comb through with the regular comb and then with the hot comb. That way we can get all the hairs out of the way, because we do not want any of the hair to be bleached. Only the knots, okay? So then, of course, I mix my developer and my bleach. I use the Quick Blue, and I usually use the 40 volume developer from Clairol. I didn't want to show y'all that other developer because it's not what I normally use. But you want to make sure that you have a thick substance. Make sure it's not runny, or you will over-process the lace and you will bleach the hair. And there we have it. So we're just going to let that sit. I usually let it sit about 30 to 40 minutes, honestly, for frontals, just to make sure that it's good to go. And then I rinse it out. Make sure you rinse it out thoroughly, very thoroughly, okay? Alright, so up next we are going to shampoo the hair with Shimmer lights. For you beginners, for you pros, I'm sure that you already know exactly what this product is. So this is to take the brassiness out of the hair, to really give you that natural scalp effect. So I usually always put the shampoo over the top of the frontal through the hair. I don't apply it directly to the lace, for the simple fact that sometimes it does stain the lace. I'm not sure for other people, but it does for me. And y'all have to excuse me because it's raining and this is real ghetto, but just bear with me. So there are the results, and I let that sit on there for a little while. Probably about 5-10 minutes, not too long. Don't leave it on there like it's the bleach. And then I take the Bella Curls and I go in and I condition the hair very well. I let that sit on there. Sometimes if I have the time, I will put the hair into a plastic bag and I'll, do a deep conditioner overnight. And that really gives the hair a soft feel and it leaves it soft for a long time. So I have the hair sitting in leave-in conditioner, hanging on the mannequin, just drying. And I go ahead and do her braid down. I always just do a braid down to the back. You usually need about 6 to 12 braids, and that'll get the job done. And as you can see, ooh, look at her, look at her. Yes, ma'am, it's the quality for me. So as the great Arrogant Tay once said, you want to go ahead and lay the hairline down with your glue. I'm just using some Ghost Bond. I purchased some glue from I'ma Slay Your Bay, and I could not figure out what I did with it because I was in the process of moving. But you want to go directly along the hairline, not on the hairline, right in front of the hairline, because this is what's going to create your, I guess, fake hairline for whenever you lay your frontal. So you want to go along and smooth that out. Make sure that you're not letting the glue dry all the way, because it's going to be way too thick and chunky and tacky, and it's not gonna be cute, okay? So just make sure you take your time and go through there. I always kind of rub through with a pair of tweezers and get it all the way how it needs to be. And then you let that dry. As you can see in the back, it's drying on her head. And then I sew the back down, just kind of however, it don't really matter. As long as it's staying down, that's all that matters. For real. into the nitty gritty, the very tedious work of the whole job. I seen some people that just use the the razor, but I prefer to use the scissors because you can get right along the crevices of that cap and get it cut all the way down like you need to. So the key is to pull the cap back. Don't pull it down forward and be trying to pull it back. And sometimes you might find that you put a little too much glue, or that you glued a little bit too far down, and it's very easy to fix that whenever you pull the cap back, because you can pull it back to exactly where you need it to be. And so you want to cut right along the front, right in front of where the glue stops at. So don't pull the cap all the way back up and then start cutting, because we need that, see that little inch, maybe like a half inch, whatever that is, I would say, of cap that's glued down and that's melted already. That's what we need. So you don't want to cut behind that, and you don't want to leave too much hanging on that's not glued down, because it's gonna be a mess, period. So just cut that all the way around. Make sure you cut them ears off. Don't leave her ears there, because she's gonna be real uncomfortable and be looking real crazy. Okay. And like I said, if you need to adjust, pull it up a little bit more, cut some more. Just make sure that there's enough cap laying there for the lace to cover. And then after that, I make sure I go in and secure the front of that cap. Make sure it's as melted as possible. Melted as much as you can, okay? I mean, it's gonna melt regardless, but make sure it's nice and pretty. You don't want it sticking up. You don't want no little fuzzies, no rollies, none of that. So I just go back in with a little bit of Got To Be, and I don't spray it directly onto the cap. I spray a little bit on my finger, rub it in there real good, and smash it with the end of that rat tail comb, and that usually does the trick for sure. See that? Smash it with that rat tail. Don't be scared. They ain't tender-headed. They want this lace laid. Smash it in there. And then I go through with I don't use alcohol. I usually use baby wipes. I'm big on baby wipes. Like, I love baby wipes. So that's what I use to clear that up if it's any excess Got To Be there. And then, of course, we're going to take some concealer. I use just what I have that I use for my face, because I didn't have anything for her, but it still worked out. You just kind of got to mix them and play around with it, because this is what's really going to give the bald cap the bald cap. So if it's not a bald cap, I mean, what are you doing? So as you can see, use that soft brush and just gently go in there. Before, I was using the wrong brush, and it was caking up so bad, and it was just it wasn't giving, okay? So use a real soft brush and dab it on your hand and go from ear to ear all the way across there, and make sure your cap is bald. If your cap don't look bald, if she don't look bald headed, you ain't do it right. Go back and start all the way over. Start from the tippity top. Okay, finally on to the fun stuff. Get the lady wig down. You couldn't have came no faster. So, you want to cut the ears. Place the wig on her head. Make sure that it is fitting and that it is placed where she wants it to be placed. I always tell them, put it where you want it, because I mean, obviously, if they're going to put it way back on the back of their head, no, ma'am. If they're going to put it way on them eyebrows, no, ma'am. But I let them place it where they want it, because everybody, is different. They got their own preferences. And it's all about pleasing the clients, not nothing else. So anyway, I make sure that I go through, part that section out where the ears are, and go through there, and you cut all the way around the ears, get rid of all that excess lace, and even the hair that comes off of there. It's okay. As long as you ain't installing no baby thin wig, you're going to be fine. You can lose a little bit of hair, because when I pluck these wigs, so much hair comes out and they still be so full. So don't worry about that at all. So once I get the ears cut, I just go back through and hit the hairline with the hot comb to further melt it, to give it that scalp effect. Hit it on all sides. Keep going, keep going. Hit it. Don't burn her. Don't burn her. Don't burn her. And then after that, we're going to go through, and I actually had to cut off some more of the front of the hairline to make sure that it matches up with her own hairline. I find that doing the triangle cut helps to just give it a more seamless effect. And I learned that from Atlhair Bay as well, watching her tutorial. And it definitely works and gets the job done. Okay. So just cut, triangle, triangle, triangle. Make sure that it matches their hairline. It's okay to cut off all that extra lace because we do not need that, okay? Otherwise, she's going to have a boxy hairline, and that's not natural. That's not what we're going for. So, yeah, and just keep cutting, keep cutting. Cut. Triangle, 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 triangle. Just like that. Just like that. You just like that. You work that, babe. I'm gonna make you spin them racks. Just like that. Just like that. So once we got the lace cut all cute, all triangled out, we're going to go ahead and add the same makeup that you applied to the cap with the same soft brush to the frontal, and make sure that it all matches up, because we need to make sure it all matches up. Otherwise, once again, what are we doing? Now you see how that's already blended into her skin and we ain't even glued it down and melted it yet? That's what you want. That's what you're going for. Hit it with the hot comb again. Keep hitting that hot comb on them edges, okay? And then, of course, for the grand finale, it's time to lay the lace down. So you want to go ahead and kind of draw you out a line to make sure that it's where you need it to be. And you're going to want it a little bit above where that cap is and on top of it as well. For whatever reason, that one little spot on her head, the cap just never wants to lay down. It never fails every time I do her hair. That's how it always is. But anyway, y'all know what to do. Glue, glue, glue. And glue. And glue, and glue, and glue, and glue, and glue some more. And you want to do it in sections. I would not recommend going all the way across, because the glue's not going to dry evenly and it just becomes a mess. I used to do that and it was a mess. I can tell the difference now with just doing layer by layer, section by section, and it definitely gets the job done. is what you call the real tea. Pick this up from Mama Slayo Bay as well. So the key is to get it really melted is to use them tweezers, okay? So just grab the ends of the lace with those tweezers. That's why it's good to cut it into triangles, because you can grip it a little bit better, and it's less likely for you to tear the lace. So that's what I do, and then I go in and press down, and that's what's really gonna melt the lace into the skin. As you can see here, we ain't even done, and baby, it's melting, okay? With very little lace left over. Don't nobody want all that extra lace in the front, looking like somebody's granny or something who don't know what she's doing. Y'all see that? Baby, please tell me you see that. And this is transparent lace, but it's giving very much HD. So yeah, keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Take your time and keep pressing. Ooh, y'all see that little slow-mo? Look at that. It's giving. It's giving. And the better that you pluck the hell out of that frontal, you know, as you can see, the better it's gonna look. Look at that. That's gold, baby. That's gold. That is gold. I'm living for it. So we on the last side. I'm gonna do the same thing again. Sorry, I'm kind of in the way. Didn't really realize that. I'm a little new to this, but I'm still true to this, okay? So at this point, your client should be feeling good. You should be feeling good because you know that lace laid down. You done threw that melt band on there. It's melting to the gods up underneath there. So now it's time to go ahead and prep however it is that she wants her hair styled. So she want a middle part, she want a side part, whatever. We're going to get it done. Pull that melt band off and, ooh, look at that hairline. And sorry about the quality. I was recording on 2 different phones, and clearly the phone that died and the one that was working, quality is totally different. So it might look a little fuzzy, but I mean, y'all get the picture. Give her that bust down middle part, go back through and get rid of them excess bleach knots or wherever you put too much concealer. Now I'm gonna just let y'all know right now, the most efficient way to make sure that your base is flat is gonna be that melt stick. slick stick. Mended Beauty slick stick is what I prefer to use from Mended Beauty Wigs, my brand. So you want to go in there section by section with the hot comb and with the slick stick and lay it down, bust it down. Then it's time for them baby hairs. And then, oh y'all, we there, honey. We're there. She's laid and slayed. So I just go through with my spray bottle that's got a little bit of leave-in conditioner and water in there. Make sure it's all the way together. Pull that milk band off. Make sure you do it real slow, just like that. It's just like that. Please stop playing with your girl. Please stop playing with your girl. I'm gonna do a separate tutorial for the baby hairs because that's something exclusive. But that's it. That's all. See ya.